Oh my god. Hey. We're doing a quick stream. It's super late. My friends are mostly already sleeping. Although I didn't post that I was streaming this time like I did last time, which is why so many of my friends came, which was really nice. But I'm committing to this idea of starting to stream regularly again. So it's been a few days. I was, busy over the weekend, but I was like, yo, we gotta get on here while we can. And I could tonight. I was gonna start an hour ago, but I kind of like chilled and ate some food and just was kind of like chatting. That's why I know a lot of my friends already went to bed. So, um, we do have to roll the ads. We're gonna roll the ads, and then we'll be back in 3 minutes. If you want to join me in 3 minutes, um, do whatever you gotta do. We'll be right back. Okay, we are so fucking back. so, the other night I was streaming, and whenever I stream, I'm just always on tarot category, and we were kind of discussing how like a big bulk of the streaming I do is not tarot, and I feel like it kind of gives people the wrong impression because they come on here expecting tarot, wanting tarot. I should like edit this. I didn't even think about that. Because I do only do collective readings, but I'm don't always do readings. Like I'm not always doing tarot. So the other night when we were streaming, we were kind of discussing like how to switch things up, what we can do different, and one of those things is to switch the categories appropriately. I should probably like edit some of my tags too. They're so old. Like I never got into reading on here. I did it like 3 times. I don't need that in there. You know, I guess the other ones really are kind of funny and not so bad. But either way, so we're just trying to switch it up. I don't think I'll be on here very long. I just wanted to kind of give an update. So I went to a comic convention today, as I do. That's another thing that we talked about on stream the other night. And we were discussing like doing IRL podcast streams because I work with a podcast and we go around and we do interviews with different people, cosplayers, celebs, vendors, artists, whoever. You know, we just do interviews at conventions and other events because we did like Renaissance Festival and stuff like that. So we kind of discussed like me maybe trying to do IRL or podcast stream while I was at a convention. So here's the thing: if you don't already know me, you don't already know this about me. I do have 2 phones, and people make fun of me so much for it. I totally get it. It is questionable, if not shady behavior. But one phone is connected to my line, and the other one is like a Wi-Fi only phone, right? So I have Twitch on my iPhone, my Wi-Fi phone, my Wi-Phone. So today I turned on my hotspot, connected it to my iPhone to do the stream, and lo and behold, it did not work. It connected for a second. I hit live, and it said, "Oh, you don't have internet connection." I was like, "What the fuck?" And I went on there and saw that I wasn't connected to the hotspot, and the hotspot wasn't listed anywhere. So I turned it off, and then I tried a little bit later, and it was connecting again. Like it showed up, but it was just kind of too late in the day, and we were trying to like get some interviews in, so I wasn't trying to fuck around with it. So I would definitely try it again. It wasn't that big of a con, is the thing. And I guess, like, not to be tacky, but as a, what do you call media? Like, I'm part of the press at these events, right? Um, because I'm press, I would feel mildly comfortable asking for the Wi-Fi. I would just feel kind of dorky about it. Because they typically don't give that information out. Like even some of the vendors don't have Wi-Fi at some of these events. The bigger ones like Motor City, they have to put some of them on Wi-Fi because the network is so shoddy. But even the Wi-Fi can be really kind of questionable when the crowds get too big. So it is what it is. It didn't work. Long story short, wasn't that long of a story, but to short, it didn't work. Again, I would try next time. We aren't really sure what the next thing we're gonna do is anyway. It's like the end of the year. It's not exactly con season. We're trying to, me and one of the girlies that I work with are trying to convince them to do winter festival that they have at the same place as the Renaissance Festival, but I'm not sure anybody's really gonna want to do that. I don't really. I want to go and I want to see what it's about, but I hate the cold. So I honestly don't really want to be out there in the cold. It's like outside, and there's places you can go in, but that's all open, and it's like, do they have heaters or something? What if there's snow? Like, it's a long fucking walk to the car. I'll tell you that. Long walk to the car. Um, I don't know if I'm actually that brave. I don't know if I'm that brave. I got a great winter coat that's like, I think it's faux fur, but it's fur trim. And the reason I say I think is because it's a hand me down, I guess. And it's super long and it's very heavy, so it's good for the cold weather. But I don't know if I could stand being outside for like hours at a time. Like especially because then if you bundle up, but you're walking around and you're moving a lot, you start sweating. It's it gets even colder. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know. But we want to go. I have a free ticket, and we could probably get free tickets for the crew or whatever. So I would love to check it out, but also once more, I am not sure that I am brave enough to check it out. So yeah. Um, Appreciate the lurks. Thanks to the people who come on here and make me feel like I'm not talking to myself, even if they don't actually talk to me. I appreciate the views from anyone, anytime. Thank you. Um, yeah, so this was an update for everyone who was on the stream the other night, but they're not here. So you get the update. As for the cosplay, I'm wearing white tights with this outfit. I'm a toddler, no glasses. The glasses are not part of the cosplay, it's just so I can see. Any guesses on the cosplay? Well, let it sit for a minute. I think I did a damn good job. 3 people knew right away, without question, without context, exactly who the fuck I am. And none of them were at the con today. But a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, I love your dress," because it's just like this beautiful, sparkly dress. It's pretty short, so I always like wear shorts under it. But it looked super cute. But people were not just like, "Oh my god," saying my name or anything. No, uh, it was when I posted the pic on my Instagram. 2 people guessed it. When I sent the pic out, 1 person guessed it. So yeah. But I think I did a damn good job. I do. I do. It was very, once I told people, they were like, "Oh, yeah, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?" Yeah. Just got the wrong shoes. And I'm not gonna lie, they're the wrong ears. This was, I wore these because my friend had them, and the alternative was me making ears last minute out of a paper bag and some paint. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do these, and people still got it. It was not that big of a deal. Her ears are more round. That's another hint. But yeah. So again, I don't really feel like doing tarot, but the other day I was birthday shopping for someone, and I found this deck on clearance, and I just can't resist a sale. And I got it from a small business, so I don't feel like too terrible shopping, right? But this deck was $10, and I had to have it because I'm a mushroom girly. We all know it. I'm a mushroom girly. However, it's not really tarot. I was kind of thrown by this because it says 78 cards and guidebook. So I was like, oh, mushroom spotters deck, but it is for spotters. A field guide to fungi and their age-old wisdom. So I'm like, okay, 78 cards, age-old wisdom. It's tarot, right? And I could have like looked. Oh wow, this has been. Oh, I guess it's the weight of the cards. Look at that. I can hold it like this, but I can't hold it like that. Crazy. I could have looked at it. It was like taped by one circle piece of tape, so really could have got through that. It wasn't like wrapped in plastic or anything. So I definitely could have looked at it before I bought it, but it was $10 for the mushrooms. I did not really care. I did not really care. So essentially, they are just mushroom cards, and they just teach you about mushrooms in the wild. And they have beautiful pictures, which is cool. Because as I'm trying to get back in, well, as I was trying to get back into drawing, I need to like get back into once more. I thought if I just got really good at drawing one thing, it would help improve my drawing across across the board. And I thought mushrooms could be the thing that I could get really good at drawing. So I did a few mushroom drawings, and then I don't know, I lost my lust for life, lost my spark, lost every creative bone in my body, basically. Um, so I haven't really been drawing. Um, Whatever. I gotta get back to it. I would like to get back to it. This is a hard deck to shuffle. Holy frick. Um, but this could really help with my drawing mushrooms journey. Can learn about all kinds of mushrooms. The biggest complaint I have about this deck is that they don't really go into like what they're for. And I kind of wish that they did. I think that's like almost what I'm most interested about mushrooms is like what part of the body or the ecosystem are they good for? And this doesn't totally say, it's more about the mushroom itself and the mushroom's life. And as for their age old wisdom, it's just one line at the bottom. So, are these really going to be useful to me? Not totally sure. They might all be edible. So, if I'm doing a reading with them, it could be like, oh, get yourself some parasol mushrooms. But I don't know what parasol mushrooms are good for. But maybe that's part of the reading, right? Is like, I don't know, like getting a read on the body, and you know what I'm saying. So whatever. It's whatever. I think they're pretty cool. I'm happy I bought them. Because brand new deck like this for $10, you don't see that every day. Tell you what, you don't see that every day. Yeah. So once again, Laura, thank you for being here. It is a little unfortunate that I have no one to talk to. I was super excited to come on here and talk. But honestly, the quiet means that I will not overstream because I don't want to be up super late. I don't want to overexhaust myself. I didn't plug my laptop in. So we basically have as long as the battery will last, which is projected to last for 43 more minutes. But it was fully charged when I started and it's already halfway. So I would guess that we have another, 20 minutes, not 40 minutes, but we'll see. I also wasn't going to use the ring light to try to save battery, but I just wanted to. And this is the haunted ring light. And it's crazy because I don't know if y'all, I'm being very quiet, so I don't know if you were at the last stream. But last stream, this thing kept glitching. It was honestly, it seemed like a different, I guess we changed it. It probably was this color to begin with. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I go through phases where I get very obsessive about cleaning my glasses. I always have a glasses rag in my bag, in my car, in my purse, in my everywhere. Like I always have a glasses rag, or a case with a rag in it. And I get obsessive about cleaning my glasses. Let me tell you, these are embarrassingly dirty. Even the frames are dirty. What the hell have I been doing? I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Oh, you can't really see it. You can't tell. They're extremely dirty. What have I been? That's so crazy. And it's funny because when I was younger, my glasses would like always be dirty, and I didn't always have a glasses rag, and I didn't carry them around because I got one pair of glasses maybe once a year, sometimes less, and they give you one rag, and so I have one rag, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I didn't even carry a purse when I, was in middle school. I didn't really carry a purse or anything, so my glasses were always dirty, and I think it was my mom would always make comments like, your glasses are disgusting. You need to clean them. And then eventually I got pretty obsessive about it. I think it was because I had so many different pairs of glasses that you take them off and put them on and you notice that they're dirty. But they'd just be clean. I would clean them every time I put them on. And when I say did this, whatever, this was going on a week ago where I'd pick up a pair and be like, let's clean these before we put them on. Like, get in the car, put my sunglasses on. Let's clean these before we wear them. It's bright out. And then let's clean these before we switch glasses. Like, just a week ago. I don't know how these have escaped so long. That's honestly crazy. Honestly crazy. How dirty they are. Again, I know you can't see, but oh my God. Disgusting. Disgusting. So, anyway, I gotta clean those. And who knows if I'll even remember. I used to be like very shy about smoking cigarettes, but very open about smoking weed, but I don't smoke weed anymore, so I kind of don't really care about smoking cigarette. Like I used to be like, don't get the cigarette in the picture or whatever, because I used to smoke really heavily. You know, I smoked kind of a lot as a teen. Like in high school, I started smoking, and I'd go through a pack in like a week, probably, maybe give or take. I don't know. But right after high school, when I was like partying a lot, I would easily smoke a pack in like a day, day and a half. And it's just crazy how much a teenager will not care about themselves or their bodies. It's wild. And I'm sorry, that sounds offensive because I know some people still do the same things that I was doing as a teenager. But I had no conscious reckoning. You know, like I wasn't really like, God, I know these are bad for me. I should quit. I was like, I love smoking cigarettes, you know. It's so crazy to think about. And again, I feel kind of bad that I said that because I know people still smoke a pack a day and they still do their drugs or whatever the fuck, you know. But I'm always trying to take it down a notch. And what's crazy is that today I had to get up early. I had to get up early and I woke up late. I snoozed twice and I was like, oh shit. Really wasn't supposed to do that. Woke up thinking it was gonna be 15 and it was 45 and I was like, oh shit, I literally way overslept. So I ended up being a little late. It didn't matter. You know, we still got a lot done and we left the con early. So it didn't matter that I was late to meet with my people because we didn't even stay till the end. So it's like, okay, it's literally whatever. Like nobody's missing anything. If we would have got there earlier, like we could have left earlier, you know? So it was no big deal. But woke up late. So usually in the morning, I get up, I make my bed, I brush my teeth, I maybe make coffee, I might have a little snack. Some days I kind of check my messages before I get up. Because I am on my phone a lot and other people are also on my phone a lot. Where I will wake up to sometimes like 25 text messages and I'll read them all before I get out of bed. But I did not have time to smoke my little morning cigarettes. I did not. And when I smoke a cigarette, I only smoke half and then I put it out and I save the other half for later. So there's some days I smoke half in the morning and then a couple hours later I smoke another half. And then I do my best to wait and then I smoke another half and then usually smoke another half before bed. And that's like the max. 2 cigarettes, 4 sessions. Pretty much the maximum. If I'm socializing at home, I might smoke a little more. If I'm out, typically don't smoke. So the whole day I didn't actually have a cigarette. And I brought it, I only had one left. I brought it with me. And I was like, wow, I'm not really like I'm just too busy. Like I'm inside, I'm with a bunch of people who don't smoke. Actually, my my boss man hates cigarettes, hates them so much. He's got a sign on his door. It's hilarious. It's something like, can't smoke inside, but you can kill yourself outside or whatever. It's like so funny to me, even as a smoker. He absolutely hates the smell. He's very sensitive to any smell. So like smell of cigarettes is just not it for him. But it's just funny like how I can be so easily distracted from a cigarette just by staying busy, being out of the house, being around non-smokers, you know. But then as soon as I got home, well, I was sitting in my car on the phone, figuring out what I was going to do tonight, which ultimately decided to be streaming. And I wanted, literally, like the first thing when I came inside was go outside, smoke my half a cigarette. I was like, damn, I went all day without having a cigarette. It was kind of late, and I was like, oh, I only have half of a cigarette left right now. I should go get more. And on my way to go buy cigarettes, I was like, why am I even doing it? Why am I even doing it? I went the whole day without one. So obviously I'm not that addicted to cigarettes. Some people are like, I need to have a cigarette right now. I need a cigarette. I need a cigarette. A lot of my family and friends are like big smokers. And I'm like, why am I even wasting my fucking money on this? You know what I mean? Like, why am I doing it? Sure, I smoke organic, all natural tobacco, so they say, so they claim, but it's still tobacco in my lungs, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I used to like have a cigarette from, so like get a random cigarette if I was trying to not buy a pack. I'd get a cigarette from someone. I don't even want a Marlboro. I don't even want a Camel. Like I don't even. Bleh, I cannot go back, even casually. They're so gross, and it might not be like actually additive free, actually organic, and actually, you know, but they sure do fucking taste different. They sure do have a different smell. And like I can't smell cigarettes on me, right? But it's oh, it's a chemical smell and taste. These other cigarettes, like it is like straight up chemicals. It's crazy. So again, I don't know that I'm really smoking anything better. I know it's not like better for you because you shouldn't smoke regardless, but it sure does seem and feel better in the moment. You know what I mean? So whatever. But yeah, I went all day without one. And now I've only had half of one. But I'm not gonna lie. For the past 2 hours since I last smoked a cigarette, that's all I've thought about was finishing my cigarette, finishing my cigarette. I almost went out before the stream and I was like, you know what? You're gonna want to go out after. So like let's limit ourselves to one today. Since we were so good about not smoking. Cool. Again, all I need to do is stay busy. Stay out of the house. Stay away from other smokers, and I am good. Good. I wish everyone would quit. It's kind of funny to think like we do so many boycotts, you know? I haven't had Starbucks in years, right? I literally like was working at this retail shop and there was a Starbucks across the street and they have an app so you could like order it and go pick it up during the shift, you know? So it was like everybody used it. And then stuff happened because again, this was 2 years ago. And some stuff happened. There was a call to boycott. And I said, okay. Oh, well, if I want coffee or food or whatever, I'm going to bring it to work. I'm not going to wait till I'm at work. Like, fuck it. Not crossing that line. Not crossing that picket. So, it's crazy. It's been totally effective. I have had, like, you know, if somebody had bought Starbucks drink, I might be like, oh, I can't drink that. No, you already bought it. I'm going to drink some. Or, you know, someone didn't want their drink I'm not gonna let it go to waste. But I have not purchased or been inside of a Starbucks in 2 years. Okay, so boycotts, they work. A lot of their stores are closing. I don't know if their union is getting any more traction, but boycotts definitely work. Like, they have suffered a little bit from people being like, no more Starbucks. But same with like McDonald's. I never really ate McDonald's in the first place. Every time I eat McDonald's, I'm like, I can literally taste the chemicals, you guys. Like, what the fuck? So crazy. But um another boycott. I just can't imagine, like, I don't know. I feel like people who are addicted to things are not the same people who boycott things, right? Like, let's just be honest. Let's just be honest about that. I just wonder if Philip Morris, or I don't know who else owns cigarettes. I only know Philip Morris is Marlboro, right? And I think they have like other ones too, which is such a fucking joke when you think about it. Capitalism with so many choices and blah blah blah, but it's actually a monopoly. We're not gonna get it. I'm not trying. I'm not trying to get political. Everything is political inherently, right? So I wonder what or if Philip Morris could do something to make people boycott their cigarettes, right? Like, I wonder if there is a line, if there's a line for cigarette smokers. Because again, I feel like addiction trumps boycott for people, right? They're like, I'm hopelessly addicted to this thing. I don't know. Could American Spirit do something to make me boycott? You know, and that's like we were boycotting Taco Bell for a minute. And again, I don't eat a lot of it, but I drastically reduced my intake of it. I don't remember the last time I had it. Um, it's been disappointing the past few times anyway. It used to be so good. Now everything's going down in quality, right? Um, Coke products, again, if somebody already bought them, I might have some, but I when I was streaming like a couple of years ago, if you know, you know, but I would go take my little walk to the gas station. I'd buy a Coke, and I'd always get like the weird random flavors of Coke that they had. I remember Dreamland was one of my favorites. And I would drink it over the course of like 2 or 3 days usually. Sometimes I'd be like super into it. And it's crazy like how much things have changed in that regard, where I could savor a drink for that long. I feel like I don't know. I don't drink a ton of pop, but when I do, I feel like I drink the whole motherfucking thing. Um, Also, popping a can and popping a bottle are so different, because in a can, you're like, yeah, I'm chugging this. But in a bottle, it's like, sip, sip, sip. But I used to buy a Coke almost every day. Every other day, every 3 days, I'd buy a Coke. And again, boycott. So I stopped. I just stopped buying Cokes. Now I buy coconut water. Kind of my newest addiction. But it is, I mean, I feel like it is significantly more expensive. I don't know how much Coke is these days. They were like $1.69 when I was buying them. Um, so I am paying like twice as much for coconut water, but it's better for you, which is so sad and so crazy that like what's better for you is more expensive, and that's why so many people have like kind of bad habits. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But boycotts kind of work, or at least on me. You tell me a good reason to boycott something, I will. But if you tell me cigarettes will slowly kill you and give you cancer and take all your money and it's a total waste, I'm like, oh yeah, that's so interesting. And how did I get away with not smoking for like the last 10 years? Because I smoked weed. Oh my God, I was like a full-fledged smoker. Like I said, when I was young, I was partying, I was like pack a day, right? This is when I was like 19. I got off a lot of shit. Cigarettes was one of them. And I'd go back and forth. Like, I had like a little bit of a depression era where I was like, I don't care about anything. I'm gonna smoke cigarettes. Went from like Marlboro 54s, which are heavily mentholated cigarettes, to like Marlboro Blacks, which are like very intense cigarettes. Um, and just slowly evolved. But I got a little more hopeful about life, and I started to care a little bit more about my health and stuff. And I just decreased the amounts of cigarettes I was having so much until I don't even remember quitting. I couldn't tell you how old I was. I couldn't tell you what I was doing. Like, I know when I worked in bars, I would still smoke, but it was like when I was at work. Like, I don't know. I just was able to stop smoking. And then, in my later 20s, it was kind of like, oh, I'll buy a pack of cloves, which only has 12 mini cigars in it. That would last me like 6 to 8 months. And every time somebody smells one, they want one. So I wouldn't even go through them all, I would share. And it's just crazy that it was so easy for me to like, oh, I'll have one right now and then not smoke again for a month. Crazy. But it's because I was smoking weed every day, all the time, right? And now that I don't smoke weed, I haven't smoked weed in a year, pretty much. I should say that I quit smoking weed a year ago. I have smoked on two, maybe three occasions since then. Um, and I don't like it. I just don't like it anymore. It makes me uncomfortable. I guess I'm old or the weed is too strong. I don't know. But it's just crazy that, like, quitting weed, I immediately went back to cigarettes. And I am not even a type that really likes a drunk cigarette. I know people like make jokes about drunk cigs and how they only smoke when they drink. Bitch, don't smoke when I drink. I don't like that feeling of being drunk and having a cigarette and then you're more drunk. Like, just ain't for me, man. It ain't for me. But yeah, it's crazy. It's like my one big vice. Especially because I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'd almost rather quit alcohol than quit cigarettes. I'm not trying to go cold turkey all at once and drive myself insane. And I had a couple martinis today with dinner. Um, and I'd like to be able to have like a glass of wine, but overall, we talked about this the other night too, if you were there. I just, drinking, I think, is making me worse in my old age, perhaps, where I just like get that feeling like I'm never motivated and I'm not very hopeful and I'm not energetic and I thought it was this and I thought it was that and I've changed so many things about my lifestyle, my diet, my everything, and I just get the same results where I'm like, it could be alcohol because that's another thing. Like with the cigarettes, I would drink maybe once a month. I might have a glass of wine at a family dinner or whatever, or get drunk with my cousins on Christmas. But then I'd go months without even really drinking alcohol. I feel like now if I go out to eat, I'm ordering a drink. It's crazy. I just never really used to be like that. So it's just really weird. And I know it's highly correlated to not smoking weed. Where it was like I didn't need to be crossfaded all the time, you know? So it's interesting for sure. Um, and I'm making it sound like I drink a lot, and I don't. Like I said, I had two martinis with dinner today. That's all I drank. I didn't get drunk. I didn't keep going. I knew when to stop. Saturday night, I had nothing to drink. Friday, I think I had 3 drinks, maybe 4. Big night. So it's really not a big deal, but I think I'd still like to quit because I think overall it still adds up. I think it's still affecting my brain in the way that I feel and the way that I think. So um, I'd like to cut back, but it's very hard to resist getting a fancy cocktail or having a glass of wine or going out for Mars, you know. It is. It's hard. And it's not even like peer pressure because I feel like nobody pressures me to do it. It's just one of those things where it's like, mm, peer support. Oh, you having a drink? I'll have a drink. Okay. That kind of like peer support. I wouldn't know how else to describe that. That's hilarious to think about because again, nobody's like, oh my god, you have to get a drink. Drink with me. It's like, I'm gonna have a drink. Okay, me too. You know, whatever. I'm not blaming anyone. Um, it's just so ingrained into our lives, I feel like. I know I'm not the only one. But it's wild to think like, damn, I really did have that shit under control. I really didn't ever have a problem not drinking or not smoking cigarettes. And now I drink and smoke more than I have in the last like 10 years. You know what I mean? Like it's honestly crazy. The only time I drank more than this is when I was working at the bars that I've worked at, where I was just like drunk every day. And still quit the job or got fired, I don't know, whatever happened. Stop drinking. It just like that. It was like, okay, I'm out of the lifestyle. You know, it's so easy to do. Somebody wants to take a shot with you, and then your coworkers want to do a shot, and then all of a sudden you're doing shots, you have a drink, you're drunk, you're whatever, but then the next day it's your day off, and now you get to be served, and you get to go out for drinks, and you get to slippery slope. Slippery slope. Slippery slope. That is the most I've ever drank. Is working at the bar. And so it's crazy when there's bartenders who don't drink. I am so proud and impressed with them. Like entirely proud and impressed with them. Because that's gotta be so hard to do. Because I couldn't do it. I was like, fuck this. If y'all are gonna be fucking shit ass wasted, me too. Me too. Me too. Days off, wow, I get to go act a fool somewhere. Me too, me too, me too. Peer support. Nobody pressured me into doing it. Peer support. You're doing it, I'm doing it. I got you 100. Crazy. Yeah, and it's funny because I feel like I'm more peer pressure because every time I have cigarettes, oh, do you want a cigarette? You've never had a cigarette? Don't smoke. Oh, you vape? You should just smoke cigarettes. Oh, you want a cigarette? Oh, you quit. But I got some. You don't even have to get a pack. I got a pack. So bad. Because I know what it's like to go back to them. Right? Crazy. Some of y'all are probably watching this like, how is she an oracle? What is she talking about? But you know what? Maybe you needed this little pep talk about drinking, smoking. I almost said vibing, but I don't think there's anything wrong with vibing. Just a little pep talk, right? We all gotta quit something. What do you gotta quit? For me, it's alcohol and cigarettes. Gotta quit that. What are you gonna quit? Quit lurking on my channel. Start a conversation. Okay, wishful thinking. I get it. I get it. What are you trying to do? Also, nobody's gonna guess who I am. Who am I? The girls them sugar. How can I? I'm just a fella in a rush. Pass me the keys to the truck. That has nothing to do with the costume. I did so good. I truly did so good. No guesses? Y'all being so quiet. Okay. I won't say nothing. I won't say nothing. Maybe the people who watch the replay or catch me on YouTube will want to have their little guessing moments. Okay. Oh, no. Going back to boycotts. This is something that came up the other night where my card expired. So I had to get a new card. And instead of updating my payment information everywhere, I let shit expire, let it go out. I haven't bought anything online in over a month. I had a YouTube music subscription, and they're basically on the boycott list. And this is almost as bad as Philip Morris or American Spirit, where I'm on a cave already. I've not listened to music. I have CDs in my car, which is cool, but I don't have a CD player in my house. I could probably dig one up somewhere. Could probably find a used one, whatever. But goddamn, do I love streaming? Do I love being able to catch this, check out that, play whatever I want? Like, this kind of sucks, fam. Kind of sucks. I want my YouTube music back. I do. Also, my laptop is dying. I called it. It only lasted another 20 minutes. Well, 30. Not bad. Says energy saver on and that it should last for another 26 minutes. So if the stream randomly gets disconnected, that is fucking why. It is because the laptop died. So it is what it is. But I want YouTube music back bad. I want it bad. I didn't even realize how much I was paying for it. I think the price went up and I didn't care. I said, sure, yes, then thanks. Thanks for charging me so much fucking money. Love it. The fuck? Like, honestly though, it's crazy. Whatever. Yeah. I want it back though. I do. And it sucks. And I feel like a bad person. I haven't done it yet. I have not reinstated my subscription yet. But I sure as fuck want to. I do want to. And I'm conflicted because, again, I have quit doing so many things, right? Like, I'm putting in the time. I don't use Wix anymore. If y'all are day ones on this stream, you know my Wix website meant everything to me. It had everything on there. I could book tarot readings with all my descriptions, and I had music, and we had forums, and oh my God, just like blog posts, pictures, everything. And I still have the website, but I don't pay for it anymore. And it's very sad, but they are. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm not doing all that. And they were not just, but they were taking down content of people who were, or, so I was like, yeah, no, not cool. But then you got YouTube doing pretty much the same thing, taking down. You know, where it's like, oh God, I don't want to be complicit. I don't want to give them money. Straight up. But then, of course, all this shit goes straight to YouTube. I have almost 500 Twitch streams on YouTube, let alone the private videos I've done for people. You feel me? I'm not just going to delete that all willy-nilly. But I'm not giving them money for that, which is honestly kind of crazy how much that is. This platform is also bozos. We should probably be boycotting this too. I don't have an Amazon account. I had an Amazon account at one point for publishing. And maybe before it was literally, I think I had one. But I've never once in my life paid for Prime. No. So, again, I try to do my part. I take that shit seriously. It's 12:12. I take that shit seriously, dude. Like, legit. It's important for us to like take a stand and put our money where our mouth is and actually have a bit of morals, even though it's hard and impossible even in with the state of the world. But I'm trying to do what I can. I'm having a hard time with YouTube. And there's no real good alternatives. I got so many, like I had YouTube Music on both my phones. I had offline playlists. I had downloads. I didn't need to be connected to Wi-Fi to play it. I can close my phone and not have the app open screen while my music played. No ads. Songs and videos if the song had a video, right? Lyrics, radio, end of the year round wrap ups. I've been using YouTube Music since like, I want to say since 2013. Like that's hard. That's hard. And I want to, and I'm being very transparent about wanting to reinstate it. It sucks. I feel like I really shouldn't cross this boycott. And it was just perfect timing that people were like, yo, YouTube is fucking whack for that shit. Playing. People were pissed. And I get it. Me too. But man, this one's harder than giving up Coke or Starbucks or Taco Bell or Amazon or I canceled my Hulu subscription. X-Files is on there. You know, and they're cracking down about account sharing. Bitches. But Tubi is free. So I don't really care. Tubi, Pluto, Sling, plus the library has like a whole collection. I got a library card. I love the library. I don't fucking need Hulu. Canceled that shit. Again, been using Hulu since like probably 2013 also. Don't care. Canceled. And there was times where I'd snooze it because I didn't want to lose my algorithm. I think I'll never, ever buy it again, actually. Never have it again. I just don't need it. I realized how much I don't need it. I got DVDs, bro. Do I have a way to play the DVDs? Not exactly, no. Really, off the top of my head, no, I don't think either one of my laptops has like a disk drive anymore, unfortunately. So like I am truly trying, truly trying to do my part, but I don't know, man. YouTube is hard. YouTube is hard. And it sounds so selfish and crazy, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I've been feeling weird about social media because I like love it, but I'm such a consumer, not a creator. But I feel weird about putting my creations on there with the integration of AI and the people who own that shit and the people who work for the people who own that shit. It's like, ugh, it's so, ugh. Again, this is bozos, so hypocritical, you know? But what's the alternative and where will people go? We're so deeply connected on these apps through these means that it's very hard to reject them, no matter how badly we want to in our good conscience. So, tough stuff, man. Like Blue Sky never really popped off. People didn't want to leave what they know. We've been on these apps for over 10 years. Like 15 years, you know, more, some of them. It's crazy. It like people's whole lives are on this shit. You know? There's people who I only know on Instagram or on Twitch. You know what I mean? We have no connection outside of it. So yeah, it's hard to get that shit up. It's like really hard to get that up. Because what are we supposed to do? You know? It's crazy. So Um, well, laptop's dying. We have to roll ads in like 9 minutes. So I'm thinking we'll hit an hour, maybe if we're lucky, and be done. So I guess maybe I will pull a mushroom card. Just one. No biggie. I guess I don't really, since we're not doing like a full tarot reading, I don't need to change the category, but that was kind of the goal, was to like change categories for based on what I'm doing instead of just automatically being on the tarot. And so at this point in the night, I would switch to the tarot category if I was gonna do like actual readings. That's a lot of cards, but short and sweet. So, first card I ever pulled from this deck is Amethyst Deceiver. Okay. And the wisdom is pay attention to what your dreams are telling you. That's crazy. Okay. Next, Artist's Bracket. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Don't feel limited by your current skills. Your goals will take practice to achieve. That's so funny because I was talking about drawing mushrooms specifically to try to up my drawing skills. We got beefsteak mushroom. Beefsteak. Okay. A broken heart wanders astray. What a perspective. What a perspective. Oh my God. Oh my God. Big Laughing Jim. Okay. Keep your head up. Short, simple, sweet. Keep your head up. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Okay, we got Earth Star. Doesn't even look like mushrooms on there. A new adventure awaits. Okay. There's a lot of these. I feel like it's too much to not. I feel like when I actually read from this deck, I will be going deeper into each card and reading it as the oracle, as an oracle. But reading just a quick thing and not getting into it because I'm trying to wrap it up in the next 2.5 minutes doesn't feel very genuine, good to me. But yeah, it's a lot. We got Elfin Saddle. Okay. You've taken the right path. Success awaits. Okay. It almost feels like conflicting energies, but funeral bells. Oh my God. Okay. Acceptance of what is to come will lead to revelation. Yeah, you can't read too many of these because then it's just like every fucking cliche in the book, right? But I want to honor the cards we pulled. Eyelash Cup. Okay. Empathy grows with experience. Okay. Fly Agaric. Those look like amanitas. Beware of the visions you see before you. Some are pretty but deadly. Ooh, creepy. We're talking about psychosis on the last dream. Fairy Ring Champion. Oh, why is Siri listening? I did not even know. Your sensitive nature is a gift. Okay. Fire Milk Lactarius. Okay. Interesting. A fiery determination leads to a strong sense of self. And last and not least, crown-tipped coral fungus. Remember to listen to the needs of others before acting on their behalf. Interesting that we got that one about empathy. So a lot of these are very much about the journey, which I think totally makes sense for mushrooms, you know? We're not doing all that, but cool. I like them. I'm going to try to integrate them into my practice. And again, I want to learn how to like truly read them. This was just kind of a preview, just pulling a few. It was a lot. I just wanted to get a feel for them, get an idea of what they are. And yeah, so we made it. It's been an hour. It's been quiet. I appreciate you for lurking. I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Thank you for being here. It's not your job to talk, it's mine. So I cannot really bash anyone for not wanting to share on stream. It's totally okay. I'm the only one who signed up to talk. The costume, nobody guessed. Nobody guessed, so we'll leave it a mystery. Okay, we're just gonna leave it a mystery for now. So if you're watching the replay, comment what you think my cosplay is today. Again, I'm wearing white tights with this outfit. The ears should be more round. I'm a toddler. I just don't think it gets any easier than that. So anyway, before we have to roll ads, before my laptop dies, I'm gonna call it. And I'll be back probably later this week, maybe in a couple days. We'll see how it goes. All right. I love you all so much. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for being here. I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Love you.